What's going on, champs and champets? It's FireMonkey here, and I gotta be completely honest, I don't really have that much I want to talk about in the commentary channel right now in terms of news or whatever, so why not just talk about the wonderful world of video games? You know, the thing you guys watch me play all the time? Yep, that's right. So in today's YouTube video, we're gonna be talking about some very interesting things I've noticed recently, and by very interesting, I mean enjoyable games on day one. Shocking, right? I know, games that are releasing day one with a very enjoyable experience. It's something you may have never expected to see in the newer modern days of microtransactions and battle passes and monthly subscriptions. But yes, there are still some games which just have the flat price that you pay in order to actually gain access to some awesome content. And now some of these games I want to talk about in today's video is Elden Ring, Dying Light, and well, at least Dying Light 2, you know, the newer one, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland. And actually on top of that, there's a fourth game I want to mention here, and that is Ghostwire Tokyo. These four games are games that I'm very excited to be able to play, enjoy, and I'm super intrigued and just happy with the full experience that these games are actually giving players. And by this, what I mean is I've been playing a lot of older games recently. I've went back, and as you guys remember by one of my YouTube videos, I started playing Sunset Overdrive again. I mean, I even have a Fizco plush just chilling back here now because I managed to find someone selling it, and apparently these things are only given out at press events, so of course I had to buy it, right? So yeah, I've been a fan of these more single-player games that have a very nice storyline, a lot of stuff to do, and with so many games releasing, and with me trying to make sure I have enough money to pay taxes and everything, I'm in a situation where I'm like, God, can we actually slow down for once? There's all these cool experiences out there that I want to play through, that I want to enjoy and just see what happens, and all of these games are like, you know what? I have an idea. What if we release a fully functional day one game without any crazy microtransactions for our fans to enjoy, for our people who like playing single player games to enjoy, and what if we actually included a multiplayer mechanic into this game? It's something that I'm just honestly shocked to see games are still doing nowadays, or at least it might just be because, you know, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, a lot of Valorant, a lot of Call of Duty Vanguard, and you know, it's like those games. Woo! And actually Rainbow Six Siege, yeah, I've been playing that recently, and those games just have a lot of stuff for you to buy once you've actually bought the actual game, so it's nice to see there are some cool experiences out there for me to enjoy. And honestly, let me tell you something, I had a hard choice to make today. I had enough money to buy either Tiny Tina's Wonderland or Ghostwire Tokyo, and while I do plan to buy Ghostwire Tokyo in the near future, I went with Tiny Tina's Wonderland. The reason why is because one, well, I mean, you get a free, you know, butt stallion glider in Fortnite that poops out a random weapon every time you use it, so it's like, why wouldn't I want the funny? Why wouldn't I want the funny gun-pooping unicorn in Fortnite? But also, I get a really cool game, as I've been a major fan of the Borderlands franchise for quite some time now. I've been, you know, playing the games on and off. One of the only Borderlands games I don't think I've actually played that much that I own is, the pre-sequel. I actually haven't really played the pre-sequel much, but I do plan to go back and play that in the very near future. But overall, I am super excited to actually be playing these games and just enjoying the multiple worlds out there, and I just really love the way Tiny Tina's Wonderland works, because this isn't, you know, of course, going to be just a review on that game, but it's something I want to mention here. It's a $60 game, right? There are like the $80, $90 versions you can buy, but personally, I don't really see a benefit in buying the $90 version, because it's like, hey, if you want the season pass, you can buy the season pass later, but this enhanced edition that you can buy right away that includes like, hey, here's a bonus shirt or whatever it might be, isn't really that needed, because as you play these games, as you grind them, typically you'll end up finding better stuff in the game anyways. But I've been playing it recently, and one thing I super enjoy about Tiny Tina's Wonderland is just the fact that it doesn't take itself seriously at all, right? It is a Borderlands game, but it's played like it's Dungeons and Dragons, and if you guys know how Dungeons and Dragons is played, it can be literally played any way they want. So if they want to make it so, hey, you know, you're able to 1 second be in a burning village, and then in the next second have a giant unicorn come down and neigh at you for 5 seconds, because it's a part of the storyline, they can completely do that. And then if they want to throw you into a graveyard a minute later, and then, you know, make it super creepy, dark, and mysterious, they can do that. They can do fourth wall breaks, they can do whatever they want, because it's just a super goofy and unique idea that allows them to do as many fourth wall breaks as they want and make it make perfect sense in the game itself. And honestly, I just super enjoy that. And then when it comes to games like Elden Ring, you have a challenge. You have to go around, explore all these areas, you know, find all the spots of grace in order to make sure you can respawn there. You can look online to figure out all the different locations for talismans. There's the new game plus where each time you do it, the enemies get harder and harder. There's just so much going on in that game. And while they are two completely different experiences, the main thing I'm enjoying about them is that you don't have to buy anything after the game comes out. Now, sure, games can get DLC in the future, but there's no like cosmetic system where you have to actually purchase something. If you want a cool looking shirt color, you can grind out the game. You can kill enemies in the game in Tiny Tina's Wonderland in order to find that shirt color. In Elden Ring, if you want a really OP item, you can just go to Google, search up a guide on how to get to that specific area, how to get that item, and you can make your way there and just get it. There's no special system where it's like, hey, do you want this cool blue sword? Pay us $50 and we'll let you apply this design on any weapon you own. It's nothing like that, and instead it's just, you bought the game? Cool, enjoy your experience. I've just been super enjoying it, and I hope Ghostwire Tokyo lives up to the likelihood of those two games, because it just adds for a more enjoyable and a more less expensive experience for someone who wants to just play the game and see what all they have to offer. And honestly, because of these games that don't really microtransact you all the time, it's actually caused me to stop spending as much money in other games like Fortnite, so I'm not buying the battle passes and everything 24/7. I'm getting the battle pass every season, of course, but I'm not doing what I used to do, which is buy tier 100 day one to unlock all the cosmetics. Instead, I am grinding the game because this is something that is made for you to grind through so you have something to enjoy with the season, and it's made, honestly, the gameplay just to feel a bit more fun because as I'm playing, I'm feeling a sense of progression by unlocking cool cosmetics. But overall, I just want to do a mini rant talking about how I'm enjoying some of the recent single-player games that I've been releasing recently, and especially as someone who typically plays games single-player himself, it's a really nice experience. So I can't wait to see what else comes out in the near future, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I also wanted to talk about Dying Light 2. The specific reason I like Dying Light 2 is not because of its storyline. As you guys remember from my review video, I did not really like the Dying Light 2 storyline. It just felt bland to me and didn't feel that well executed. However, what I enjoy about Dying Light 2 is the parkour aspect, is the ability to jump around, do crazy stunts and all this stuff, activate a glider to make it to areas you never would have thought to go to, doing some Easter eggs, and the fact that they've been giving out constant free DLC to their people who play the game, and just doing parkour challenges, just doing tons of stuff, and having a lot of communication, and I just love how Dying Light 2 does it. Even though the story isn't the best, the gameplay itself makes up for it entirely in my opinion, and Techland has done an amazing job in that game, especially with trying to keep updates coming after launch to keep people wanting to play the game and unlocking all the free stuff that may release. But with that said, I would love to hear in the comments down below, what games have you been playing recently that has actually been way different than the normal battle royales or free-to-play games you've been playing, and are you having a fun time? I just hope everyone's having a fun time playing some video games, because at the end of the day, if you're having fun, does anything else really matter? Bada bing, bada boop. Anyways, my name's FireMonkey, and I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another YouTube video. Peace out.